City centers are usually far from traditional agriculture landscapes. Many urban residents have limited knowledge about their food, where it comes from, its nutritional value, and its impact on the environment.
Food is related to urban sustainability in many ways. Environmental educators can teach about urban food-related initiatives to foster environmental stewardship, urban agriculture, and responsible consumption among urban residents.
First, environmental educators can take students or other community members on a tour of local environmental friendly farmers market or grocery stores to learn about sustainable food options. Green Star in Ithaca, New York is an example of such grocery stores. Let's take a look here. It's a natural food market that prioritizes local, non-genetically modified, and organic produce. They contribute to the health of our planet and support local farmers and producers. This store welcomes reusable shopping bags and discourages using plastic or paper bags when possible. They also educate customers about healthy food and support local community. In 2017, Green Star donated nearly $50,000 to community and organizations and hosted 12 art shows along with 38 different classes for local residents. 25% of Green Star goods are locally produced. Their waste is categorized, left with only 20% trash that goes to landfill, and the other 80% of trash is going to recycling or reuse. In 2016, Green Star established its solar farm in West Denby, which provided all electricity needed for the store, with the surplus used by local community. Grocery stores such as Green Star can promote local economy, provide more sustainable food supply, and reduce humans' ecological footprint.
Second, environmental educator can teach urban residents about sustainable catering. As the third best campus food in the US, Cornell University dining played an outstanding role in food supply systems. In about 30 eateries scattered throughout Cornell University campus, students can choose from a huge variety of food. While students enjoy their favorite food, they also learn how to eat healthy and how to eat environmental friendly from sustainable food choices, from friendly chefs, and from posters placed in eateries and elsewhere on the campus. Cornell dining focused on healthy food meals, favored more with herbs and spices than with fat and fats, and on local and sustainable sources for fresh vegetables and meats. Cornell proudly buys local food from local farms in New York State. Buying local food helps keep food fresh and reduce food miles.
Third, to teach about sustainable urban agriculture and about the diversity of edible plants, educators can conduct hands-on activities in community gardens or urban farms. Let's visit the Etsy Community Garden in Ithaca, New York, and learn about garden-based education from Yuki Lee, who works as the Youth Garden Coordinator at Cornell University Cooperative Extension.
We have here our eggplants. After the flowers pollinated, this is what happens. You have the fruit. And when it's all purple, shiny, and firm, it's ready to be harvested. And these are tomatoes. Look at these tomatoes, they're ripening. Very exciting. We have different varieties of tomatoes. Do you know that eggplants, tomatoes, and potatoes are in the same family called the nightshade? Street Garden is a garden-based learning program. So our main focus is actually education. So we're very interested in youth positive development, and that's why we're working very closely with young people, especially young people who are from low-income families. And the garden is aimed at addressing food insecurity. Also, they say it's a polite term for hunger. Not enough food, and it could happen to anyone really. So we are a interesting hybrid. We are a community garden in that we have people from the neighborhood renting plot spaces in the garden. But for the most part, a lot of the vegetables grown here goes to Loaves and Fishes, which is a local organization that is focused on also addressing food insecurity, especially among homeless people. And also we are organic, we are chemical free, we use organic fertilizers. So yeah, that's our philosophy. We do not use harsh chemicals. We try to be gentle with the earth. We also want to sort of promote the idea of systems that are like that has been known to work. So for example, the Native Americans Tree Sisters Garden, it's just so elegant. Tree nutritionally wonderful vegetables growing together, but also supporting each other. So if you grow beans, you normally have to set up the support or whatever. But if you grow the corn together with the beans, the corn support the beans, but the beans ensure that the soil is fertile for the corn. And then the squash that grows on the ground keeps the ground free from weeds, because we know that weeds compete with the crops, and maybe you won't have such a good harvest. So we're out there putting out all this knowledge. It's not just one type of knowledge. We also really value indigenous knowledge. We also value any other knowledge that people have. The saying, you give a fish to a man, you feed him for a day, but you teach him how to fish, you feed him for life. So similarly, you give vegetables to a person, you feed them for a day, but then if you teach them how to grow vegetables, really know your gardening basics, starting from seeds to fertilizing, making sure that it has enough water, enough nutrients, enough sunlight, they get that. So the kids here, by the end of the summer, they would get that. Their gardening basics should be pretty good.
From these examples, we see that supermarkets, dining, and community gardens are some of the places that can promote sustainable food supply and lower the impact of cities on the environment. People who visit and work in these places can become more environmentally responsible consumers and take better care of their nutrition and health. Sustainable food supply, nutrition, and health are important topics in urban environmental education, which can be taught through everyday experiences in many locations and make our cities more sustainable.